when we distribute the forms to the user fill up the information and submit the forms. So this way we get the information of all of the user. And technically how it works, the forms are available on the website. The website visitors fill up the forms and submit the forms. That forms are submitted to the application, backend applications, and that backend application submit the data to the database. And this way the data is collected. You have experienced when you log in through the Gmail, or when you want to create any you want to do the registration, then you should experience the forms. Forms look like this. Forms having the collection of text boxes, labels. This is the example of form. If you are seeing this form, it is having a blank square box. It is in technical term, it is called as a text field, and this square box is called as text area. So these are called as the controls of forms. There are many more controls are there. These are the simple controls: text field and text area. So similar to this, there are the various controls like radio buttons, list, choice, select box. Many more controls are there. So now today we are going to learn these forms, controls, and the form tag. In HTML, when we want to create a form, we have to use the form tag. This is the syntax of form tag. See here, this is the syntax of form tag. Inside body, you have to write the form tag. Form tag comes with the action. Action, here, this is the attribute of form tag. What we can say action? Action, it is the attribute. Action is equal to, here you have to write the path of backend script, where we want to go, we want to submit the data. Here we have to mention the path of that URL. Then method. Method, there are the two types of method, get and post. It indicates how you are going to upload the data. So these are the basic attributes of form tag. Then inside form tag, you have to write the various controls like text field, text area, button, and whatever according to our need. Now we are going to see more attributes of form tag. With action and method already we have discussed. Action means what? The backend script. Method is what? Get or post. It indicates how the data is deployed on the backend script. Then target. If you want to display our submitted data where to display, you have to specify under the heading of target. Then this is the last attribute, that is what? Encryption type. Encryption type, it indicates how the data is encrypted. When we want to encrypt the simple data, then first option is used, and when we want to encrypt the binary data, means images or files, then we have to use the second type. These are the four attributes of form tag. Nothing is compulsory, all are optional. We have to use according to our need. Now we will see the various controls. Controls means whatever things which we are going to display on the form. There are the different type of form controls. First is the text input controls. So here we can use the text input controls when there is option enter your name. Then which control we have to use in form? Text input control. Then the second one is what? Checkbox control. When there is a checkable menu is there, you want to check one option, one or more two options, then we have to use the checkboxes. Then radio box, when we want to choose the one option among the many options, then the radio box is used. Then select box, it is a list like control. It appear many options and you have to select one of them. Then hidden control, it does not appear on the form. It is hidden by the user. It is used to keep the session, tracking of session. Then clickable buttons also there, like OK, submit, reset. These are the clickable buttons. Now we will see one by one the controls, the syntax of control, how we can create the controls inside the form tag. We will start with the text input controls. It is the most essential controls. Why? Because many of forms consist this text input controls. Everywhere we have to use, like enter your name, enter your address, describe yourself. All these things we have to write inside the text input control in the form. So text input control, it is having the three types. First is the single line, second one is the password, and third one is what? multi-line. Single line means what? When we use the single line, enter your name. It is what? Single line. Then enter your password. So what is the difference between the first control and the second? In first control, whatever you enter inside that box, that is visible to the other. And when you create a password control, then whatever you enter inside that block, that is not visible to the others. Then multi-line, this control allows to enter the multiple lines inside that box. So this is the example of single line text input control. We will discuss this HTML template and with the form tag. See, it is start with the HTML, then head is there, then inside title, we just display text input control. Then this is a form tag. You have to write form tag inside the body. Form tag, as I told you, that attribute like action, method, target, and encryption type, that are optional. These attributes are used when your client-side scripting is connected to the backend application. Here we are going to create the simple form that is not connected to the any application. So here I didn't use any attribute. I have written only form. Then inside form tag, first name, whatever I want to display here, first name, that will be appear here. Then I want to create this box. I want to create one box. I want to create this box. For creating this box, I have to write the tag like input type equal to text. Means now I create one input box and the type is what? Text. And the name of this box is what? First name. Then second, also I have created last name. The input type, what I can enter here? Only text. And the box name is what? Last name. When you write this code on the notepad, save with HTML or HTML, and then execute, the output will appear here. Once we finish the theory part, we will go for the hands-on, then we will execute all these codes one by one. Now we have discussed what? Two attributes of input tag. First is the type and the second one is the name. Apart from this, it's having the various attributes like value. You can set the initial value. Initial value means what? When your output will be executed, this value appear in the box. Then the size, you can specify the width of your box. Width of your box. Then maximum length. It allows the number of characters allow for the user. How many characters you want to enter. That you can set here using the max length. These are the 5 attributes of input tag. Type, name, value, size, max length. Almost all the controls having the same attributes. Now the second one is what? Password input control. As I told you, here instead of the same template is there, just I have changed what? Here instead of first name, I have written here user ID. User ID. Then instead of last name, I have written here password. The input type, this tag is same. Your input type is equal to text and name is equal to user ID. The box name is equal to what? User ID. Then the second tag is what? Input type, and the password type is what? Not text here. It is a password here. And the name of this box is what? Password. Means whatever you will enter inside the second box, that will not be visible to the user. During hands-on, you will experience about this, how the password control works. Then the third control, text control, is what? Multiple line. In which situation you can use the multiple line control? Describe yourself. When there is a form and like write your hobbies, write your comments. In that case, you have to use what? Multiple line text input controls. Multiple line text input control. Here, see the form tag, how we have to write this. Description, it is the heading for this. This is the output of code. This is a code and this is the output of this code. Here I am going to giving the heading description, then break means I want to display the next thing on the next line. So I have to create one text area. text area tag I have to use instead of text. I have to use here text area. Then I have to specify rows. Rows means it's specify the width, height, rows and columns. According to you, when you set the rows and columns, according to that text area will be created. Then at the end, you have to end the form. Then you have to end the body. And at the end, you have to end the HTML. This way you can take the input text, as a password and as a multi-line inputs. Now the remaining controls are like checkbox. As I told you, checkbox are used when you want to choose multiple options. You are, see, here you have to use heading checkbox control. Then this is the heading of your page, checkbox control. Then what is the input type here? Checkbox. Then name is equal to max, value is equal to on. On means what? It is a initially checkable. Initially checkable, you can check it, click on it. So second checkbox is what? Physics. Physics and maths will appear when you save this code and execute on the browser. The output will like this. It will create the two checkboxes, maths and physics. Just you have to write here what? Input type is equal to checkbox instead of what? Text. Instead of text, we have to write here what? Type is equal to checkbox. So it will give the appropriate output. Now the next control is radio button. Radio button. Now what is the difference between radio button and checkbox? Checkbox allows us to check the multiple options, select the multiple option. But radio button, it is nothing but it is a group of mutually exclusive buttons. Now what is a mutually exclusive buttons? Means from this group we can select only one. Only one. For example, yes or no. If there is an option, you are willing, yes or no. You can choose only one. Then the syntax is what? Like this. Inside the form tag, you have to type is equal to radio. Only difference is what? You have to change the type. In previous slide, type is equal to checkbox, and this slide type is equal to what? Radio. When you create a code like this and you save this code with .html extension, then it will produce the output like this. Then the next slide, select box control. Next slide is what? Select box control. It is like a list. List. See the syntax here. Inside a form tag, you have to write select name is equal to drop down. The list name is equal to what? Drop down. And here we have set the value, option value is equal to maths. Then you have to display the label for this maths. Then option value physics. The display value is also physics. You have to close option here. You have to close option here, and at the end you have to end the select, then form, then body, and then HTML. And when you save this code with .html and execute it, the output will be like this. It will display the list of two values, maths and physics, and you can choose any one from that. So this is a control, select box control. Now we will go for the button controls. Button controls, buttons having four types: submit button, reset button, and image. Submit means what? When you click on this submit, it will submit it to the backend script. Then reset, whatever value you fill in form, that will be reset. Then button, it is related to the action. We can set the action for this button. Whenever you click on that button, the action will be taken. Then you can create image as a button also. So we will go for the submit. So here is the example of all buttons. See, inside input type is equal to submit, name is equal to submit, and value is also submit. Remember one thing, that all these input tags are inside the form tag, and form tag, it is inside the body tag. So inside body tag you have to write everything. You have to start with the form, then inside form you have to write a input type syntax, C syntax, input, then type is equal to submit. These are the attributes, name, value. Then here input type, what we have said, reset. Reset means when you click on the reset button, the values of that form will be reset. Then name is equal to reset and value is equal to reset. The last one is what? Input type is equal to button, name is equal to OK, and value is equal to OK. At the last one, I have created one image as a button, and the name of that image is what? Image button. Now I have to write one more attribute here, that is a source. Source equal to, we have to write here path of our image where it is stored. Now here default path is given according to their coding. I have to set our own path. When we will do the hands-on, then I will tell you how to set the path and how to recognize our image path. The output of this code is like this. First button is what? It will display submit. Second button is what? Reset. Then third, OK. The last one is what? We have set this button as a image. Image, when you click on the image, it will work as a button. So these are the various buttons. What are the various buttons? Please comment in chat box. What are the various buttons? I want the answer. Hello everyone. Hello.
Hello, madam, you are audible.
Okay, no one is replying me, student. That's why I'm just ensuring. Students, what are the various type of buttons? Please reply me in chat box. These are the various types of button: submit, reset, button, and image. We can set any one button according to our need. Then the next is the HTML frames. So what is a frame? When we want to divide our browser window into multiple sections, this is nothing but what? Frame. And instead of body, we have to write frame. Means when we want to create a frame, there is no need of body tag. We have to just write what? Frames. So we will see how we can create a frame and the example of frames. To create a frame, we have to use the frame set tag. Frame set, it is nothing but the collection of frames. We can divide our browser into horizontal sections or in a vertical section. So this is a one example of frame. HTML head, inside title, this is a document title, that is a HTML frame. Then this is an important tag to create a frame, that is a frame set. As I told you, to create a frame, which tag we have to use? Frame set. Frame set. Then here I have to specify rows. Now I want to divide the browser into horizontal section. That's why I have specified here rows. 10%, 80%, 10%. So according to this percentage, your browser will be divided into 3 rows. First row will be top, it will occupy the 10%. Second row will be the main, it will occupy the 80%. And third is the bottom, it will occupy the 10%. Then this is the default. Some browser does not support the frame. Then what it will execute? It will execute the body part. It's like a if else. If the browser will not allow for frame, then the else means body part will be executed. That is, your browser does not support frame, and end of body. Then end of no frame. No frame means if your browser does not allow for the framing, then you have to write an option like else part. Then end of frame set here and end of HTML. So how it will look like when you execute this HTML code? See the output. This is the output. Your browser window will be divided into 3 parts. This is the 1, 2 and 3. So when instead of these rows we write a column COLS right here, then your browser will be divided into a vertical lines. Same code is used. So this is about the frame. This is a one more interesting example of frame. If you are interested, then I will go for this example because it required the concentration. You just reply me in window so that I will take these examples. Otherwise, I am going to skip these examples and I am going for the hands-on. So we are going to start the hands-on. We are going to start with our first form example. This is the first form. It takes the single line text input. So already I have created file for this. The name of file is F1. Just I'm going to open this. See, you have to write the code on the notepad. HTML head title text input control. This is the title of our browser. Then head is there. You have to end the head. Then inside body we have to start the form tag, and inside form tag there is a first name, then input type is equal to text, name is equal to first name, and the last name here input type is equal to password, the name is equal to last name. So just save. Once you write the code, save as, do the save as. pwd.html, save this, then close this, then check where it is stored. Here is my file. Then open with appropriate browser. So default browser here is a Chrome, so that's why it is appeared as a Chrome. The output of our code is like this: first name and last name. First name, if I enter here YBPP, then last name it is not appeared because I have set here last name as a password. Now we are going to change the code, because instead of last name I want their password. So what changes I have to do? Here enter name, or you can say here email ID, then password. Save this, save, close and open again. Now the output will appear: email ID, then password. It is not visible. If I change the type, instead of password, if I write here text, then the whatever I have written, that will be displayed. So this is the demonstration of input control, text input control. Now the next example is what we have discussed, what this text control. Then we will see the output of multi-line control, how it executed and how the output will appear. So this is the code and this is the output. First we will discuss the code. This is a code for the multi-line input control. Here inside a form tag we have to write what? Text area rows is equal to 5, columns is equal to 50. We have to specify the number of rows. It is decided the width and height of your box. If I change here 5 to 50, see the output, how the output will change. Just save this. Then change again output. It is a previous one. It is appeared on my window. Now I have changed. Again I am going to execute. See, it will increase because I have increased the size. So this is the demonstration of multi-line input control. Next is the checkbox and radio button. Checkbox and radio button. What I told about the checkbox. Checkbox are used when we want to choose the multiple options. So for this, this is a example of checkbox. Here you have to mention input type is equal to checkbox, name is equal to maths, value is equal to on, and this is the label maths. Then the second input type is equal to checkbox, name is equal to physics, and value is equal to on. When you save this file with .html extension, if you want to add one more, your favorite subject, according to me, I am going to add my favorite subject. I am a computer teacher, that's why I am going to add computer here. Computer. Now what we expect here, the output, 3 checkboxes, maths, physics and computer. Save this. See the coding, HTML, head, title of document, then input type, checkbox, checkbox, checkbox. Just I have changed the names. First checkbox is maths, other is physics, and the third one is the computer. Save. Then click on this, open with your browser. It will display 3 checkboxes, maths, physics and computer. Checkboxes allow us to select the multiple options, maths, physics, computer. Many options you can choose when we create the control using the checkbox. So next is the radio button. Radio button. We have discussed about the radio button. Radio button create the group of exclusive buttons, mutually exclusive buttons. Means only one option we can choose. So we will see the output. This is the code for radio button. Input type, here we have to mention radio. Here input type we have to mention radio. Then subject, value, here is a maths, here value is a physics. Similar changes I am going to do. Here I am going to add one more radio button, computer radio button. So what changes we have to do? Subject, because it is under a subject group, so name is common for all 3 controls. Value will change. Here first value is maths, in second value is physics, and in third value should be computer. Then I'm going to change the heading here. I have to write here computer. Then we'll see the output. See how we can do this. Here this is the input tag. type, you should mention radio if you want to create the radio buttons. Then name is common for all the radio buttons because these radio buttons comes in only one group and only one button is selected from that group. Value may be different. For first button value is maths, second button value is physics, and third button value is computer. I'm going to save this. Then see the output. I expected 3 buttons will create and only one button will select. I selected computer. When I change the selection also changed. Means from these 3 group, we can change only one, maths or physics or computer. So this is the radio button. Now we have finished checkbox. We have finished radio button. Now we will go for the select box control. Select, it is like a list. The list will appear and from that list we have to choose one. This is the example of list. Here the code start with HTML, then head will be there, title. The document title is select box control. Then inside the form tag, we have to directly write what select name is equal to drop down. This is the name of list, and inside that I'm going to write various options. Now here 2 options are there, maths and physics. Same changes I'm going to do here. I'm going to add more options. One more subject, one more options I'm going to add here. Option value, what will be here? My favorite one, computer. Then the label for this is computer. Then save this. It is ended here. Select tag start here. See the coding. Inside body, the form tag. Inside form tag, we have to write this select tag, the name of select tag. Then inside select, there should be an option which we want to display inside that list. Option value is equal to maths, option value is equal to physics, option value is equal to computer. And here we have to end the select, then we have to end the form, then we have to end the body, and at the end we have to end the HTML. When we have do the changes, save the changes with save, then close this one and click on this. So here see the output. The list will appear. When you click on this, 3 options will be displayed: maths, physics, computer. Anyone you can choose from that list. This is the select box control. The next are the button controls. For 4 buttons, only one example is there, combining all the buttons. This is the example of button. We have included all the button inside this example. Button example means submit, reset, button and image. I'm already created file for this. We will do some changes only. We will change the file name and I will tell you how to write the path for the image. Okay, so these are the button examples. There are the 4 types here: submit, reset, button and image. Input type, here you have to write submit. If we want to create the reset button, then type should be reset. Here type should be button and here type should be image. So name is equal to submit here, value is equal to submit. Similarly here also, only the difference is here. When we want to set the button as an image, then we have to write a source of that image also. Now my image is exist in E drive HTML webinar folder and the name of file is what? instituteyBpp.jpg. This is my image name, and that image exists where inside the HTML webinar folder. See how the path is there. This is a E folder, and inside E folder there is a HTML webinar folder, E drive, and in E drive there is a HTML webinar, and inside HTML webinar there is a Institute YPPP. You have to click on this, then the path will appear. Just right click, copy this path and paste this path here. Source is equal to, okay, this is the source of your image. Then if you want to change the source, first we will see the output of this, then we will change the image. The output will appear like this. This image is too large, that's why this appear like this. These are the three buttons: submit, reset, okay, and the last one is what? Image button. That is too large. If I will change the code, I will set the another image over there. See what will happen. I'm going to find out another image which I have already downloaded from the net. It is a thumb image. Check the property of this, whether it is JPG or what is the type of this image. It is a .jpg, thumb.jpg. Now this image is available where? E drive, inside HTML webinar folder, and after that you have to write the name of image. Image name is what? Thumb.jpg. Just change the image here, thumb.jpg, save this one, then click on here, double click. Instead of that image, now your thumb will appear. So this is the demonstration of various buttons. Now the last one is what? Our frame. Frame example is there. This is a frame example. So here inside one frame, three frames are connected: top, main and bottom. I have already one example for frame. See, here also HTML head, then HTML frame, it is the title for your web document, then frame set is equal to columns. Columns, how the space occupied by this? The first frame will occupy 30%, second 40%, and third 30%. Now the frames will appear vertically because here I have set what? Columns. And then source. Source should be exist on your drive. My source is what? Already created HTML file, f1.html, f2.html, and button one example.html. Whatever I created before, I have just attached inside this frame. Here you have to write frame name is equal to top, then source, you have to specify the source of that frame, then same for the second and same for the third. Then like if else, I explained already, if the browser is not supported, then you have to write the option no frame is here, then end of frame set and end of HTML. When we use the frame, then body is not there. Body is after frame. If the frames are not supported, body will be executed. We will save this file. Then we will execute with our browser. The three frames will appear: F1, our first name, last name example, then our radio button example, your button example. This is the use of frame, how you can divide your browser into three parts. Then if I change the code, instead of columns, if I write here rows, so what it will be happen? Rows, and I am going to change here 40 and here 20. Save. So our browser is divided horizontally into 3 parts, and the space allocation is also changed. So this is the frame. So here I have finished my today's session. Any query, if you are any query, just write in comment box. I am here to solve your queries. Please comment, write your queries in comment box related to the frame, forms. I think you don't have any query. So there is a homework for you. You have to create a one form which take the input from the users like name, email ID, mobile number, and your address. You have to use all the controls, buttons control, and the images also you have to use in your form. So you have to submit this form in tomorrow's session. So thank you very much. I would like to hand over my session to Archana madam. Thank you again.
Hello,
Hello madam.
am I audible to all?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay. So thank you very much for the today's session. Thank you, Kode sir, for sharing such a nice information related to the web technology. Thank you, Sukeshni ma'am.
Yes, madam.
Thank you, Sukeshni ma'am, for a wonderful hands-on session on the HTML. And you are explained very nicely the various frames and the various tags, how to use for creating the web pages.
Welcome. Thank you.
And last, thank you all the students for listening the session carefully. So by this, now I conclude the session. Tomorrow we will meet at the same time. Thank you again.